Hi everyone, my name is Paula Kortler. I'll be presenting about graphic organizers, which is the strategy I chose. Graphic organizers work as a visual tool that helps students organize their information. There are different types depending on what you're going to teach and their use. It mainly focuses on improving comprehension because it helps breaking down information. Like I said before, there are different types. This would be a concept map, great for introducing new topics. The concept goes here, and then the ideas about that topic go underneath. This will be categorizing. This is a KWL chart. The topic will go here. Things they already know, things they want to learn go here. At the end of the lesson, you revisit and they write down things they have learned. This is great for bridging prior knowledge with new knowledge. This will be a timeline of events. This is great for social studies per se. They can write what happened in 1 year here, the following, and so on. So they have a sequence of events. Cause and effect charts. These are great for science. The cause will go here, and then the effect that is caused by that will go on the other side. So it shows a clear relationship between the two. This is great for vocabulary. The word goes in here, definition, examples, non-examples, and the facts or characteristics for that word can go here. This is another great graphic organizer for vocab. The word can go in here. Definition, a visual representation can be a sentence and then the translation into the home language, so you're incorporating that home language. These are Venn diagrams, which are great for comparing and contrasting. Character maps are great for analyzing characters. The trait goes here, and then the evidence from the text will go here, and the name of the character goes here. This is my favorite. It's brainstorming. I use it all the time myself and in my classes for I do a brainstorming session before writing. You just basically put all of your ideas around. There are a lot of benefits to the graphic organizers. It helps with anxiety because once they have that graphic organizer, they can move on to presenting or to writing. So if they're stuck, they can always revisit that information and get ideas. Also bridges the background knowledge with the new knowledge. Like I said before, it breaks down information in a visual way, in a structural way, so they can revisit the information. It's easier to learn information that is broken down like that instead of just a lot of a paragraph, a lot of information that might be overwhelming. It also can be used at different levels, and I'll talk about this when we go into the stages. If you're planning to have students write an essay about things they're passionate about, you can have them do a brainstorming session, and you can have them do this with a partner in the home language and then do the writing in English. And this helps them. If they're stuck at some point, they can always revisit that graphic organizer and get new ideas, relieving the anxiety and also helping them organize their ideas. I think that this strategy embodies the social cultural theory because of the interaction with others. Like I said before, you can always pair them up, an expert with a learner. So you have that ZPD, zone of proximal development, helping the learner do something that with assistance that he's not able to do just yet. And also because the intrapersonal part. So if they're researching in the home language per se and writing down that information in English on the graphic organizer, they have to do that translation in their minds, which is part of the interpretive problem solving process according to the book. Also, I see this being connected to the sociolinguistic theory because one of the big ideas is the effective investment. So if they don't have that anxiety and then they also can show their background knowledge, they're more likely to be successful. They're going to be more invested in this learning journey because they know what they're talking about. They can always go back to that graphic organizer, break down the information. It's not as overwhelming. I think that the best fit will be for stage 2 entering because at this stage students have about 1,000 words, so that's just enough to use the graphic organizers and some comprehension. Also, they're receptive to and expressive with English when naming, pointing, saying, labeling, categorizing, repeating, and reciting, which is basically what I showed that you would do with the graphic organizers before. And also, according to the table At this point, teachers should pair students up and use graphic organizers. So here's how I will use the Venn diagram at different stages. For entering, I will have them use it to compare two stories per se. They will read that with a partner, and then have one story on one side, the other story on the other side, and just list, because that's what they can do at this stage. List the words related to each story so they can have that comparison and contrast of the two stories, and help them organize the main ideas of the two stories. For the emergent, I can have them compare and contrast two topics, and it afterwards they can summarize, because at this point they're able to write simple sentences. So I can have them summarize what they saw in the Venn diagram, and this will help them develop that vocabulary and that language. At the transitioning stage, I would have them, after doing the compare and contrast on the Venn diagram, have them justify why they will choose one over the other, giving them an opportunity for realistic writing, and also have them justify which is what they can do at this stage. And for the last stage, I can have them research two topics, which is what I'm doing in one of the lesson plans for 11th grade. I have them research two careers. They compare and contrast on the Venn diagram, and then they decide which one they would prefer